see. I'm home alone tonight. Christopher's watching the Clásico, which is FC Barcelona playing against Real Madrid. And yeah, I have the apartment for myself and I have some time, so I decided to finally get back into filming and filming a March favorites video for you. I was MIA a little bit over the last couple of weeks and months. Lots of things have been going on, mainly my new job, which kept me just very, very busy, and then some weekend trips. We had some visitors. My parents were here 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I just felt like filming again. And now we had the daylight saving time switch. It's lighter at night again for longer. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to sit down now and film this favorites video. And it's not just March favorites. It's basically Q1 favorites. Let's call it that, because obviously I've been using quite a lot of products over the last couple of weeks, which I haven't shown you yet. Some are actually new products. But I picked my favorite 8, so let's get started right away. Products number 1 and 2 are a combination of products I like to use together. And the first one is my beloved Chantecaille Just Skin Anti-Smog Tinted Moisturizer, which is running quite low, which is good because I've had this for almost 2.5 years now. I kind of rediscovered this at the beginning of the year when I was kind of roaming through my makeup drawer and I had to throw some things out which just became too old. And this one has this tiny little nib, so the area where air can get in is very, very limited in terms of bacteria and stuff, and it smells still fine, it looks still fine. So this was expensive. This was, I think, $70, $60. So I wanted to use it up because I also really, really like it. It's very moisturizing on the skin. It also sits a little bit on the skin. So if you have oily skin or even combination skin, this is not for you. However, if you have normal to dry skin, you will absolutely love this. It's quite a dewy finish because it is a tinted moisturizer, and it has a very, very nice coverage. Definitely more light to medium, so definitely blurring out all kinds of imperfections. The only thing is that because it is only a tinted moisturizer, I feel it gets absorbed into my skin throughout the day and kind of disappears a little bit, which is why I love to use it together with my IT Cosmetics CC cream. And this is the normal one. I also have the illumination one, which I love. The illumination one I have in light, and this one is in fair. Fair is actually lighter than the light one. So it's actually good that I have the fair one for the summer and then, no, the light one for the summer and the fair one for the winter. This is also quite thick and rather heavy. Once again, more for people with normal to dry skin. And this has quite a lot of coverage, which is, if I use those two together, I really only need the tiniest bit. But it just makes my normal tinted moisturizer last a little bit longer, and it gives extra dewiness and a little bit of extra coverage. And I just think my skin looks super, super healthy when I use those two products together. Next favorite is something I've been loving for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's something I will definitely repurchase, and it's my Ambient Lighting palette. If this looks different now, it's because I quickly had to get up because I grabbed the wrong palette, because I actually have 2 of them. I grabbed the blush palette instead of this little friend here, which is the Ambient Lighting palette. I will have to repurchase soon because this palette is basically used up. I completely used up dim light and incandescent light, and what I did was that I basically swirled my brush for both powders and used them together, because dim light on its own is a tad bit too dark for me in the winter, and incandescent light is on its own just, it's a highlighter. It came out, I think it came now out as one of the ambient strobe powders. Yeah, but what I've been really, really liking is the last color in here, which is Radiant Light, which I'm kind of using like a mixture between a bronzer and a contour. I'm not a big bronzer girl. I do like to contour a little bit, and this powder is just perfect as a combination. So I just like to use it to warm up my face and draw in a bit of a contour. I'm wearing it right now all over my face. Once again, also a bit as a contour. Not sure if you can see, but I really like it, and I can really recommend this palette for everyone who has kind of my skin type. Let's move on to some eyeshadows. And the first one is an eyeshadow palette I got already at the beginning of January and have been using, I don't want to say every day since, but quite often since. And it's the Gwen Stefani palette by Urban Decay. And the color I've been absolutely loving is the one down here, how you can probably see, which is called Steady. It actually reminds me a lot of All That Glitters from MAC, just with a bit more of a red undertone. And overall, I have to say that in the last couple of months, I've been really into those shimmery eyeshadows. In 2014 and specifically 2015, I was all over the mattes. I loved the Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, the Tartelette palette, my Naked Basic palettes, the 1 and the 2. I was all about the mattes, but as of late I've been really enjoying the shimmers, which kind of leads me to my two next favorites, because they are shimmer eyeshadows as well. And I got them in a combination because I saw it on YouTube. Somewhere was wearing them in combination. I'm actually wearing it right now, both of them. But you can wear them on their own as well, of course. And the first one is the by Therry Ombre Blackstar eyeshadow in the color Misty Rock, which is kind of like a brownish, bronzy, purplish when you blend it out on the eye, and they are so easy to blend out. Super easy to blend out, but they stay on your eyes forever. Then it becomes more of a gray with a bit of bronze, a bit of purple, depending on the light, but they're absolutely beautiful. And like I said, they blend like a charm and they still stay on your eyes forever. So really liking them. I'm tempted to pick up more of the colors because they have a quite big color variety. Even though I don't think they all look too different just in the stick. I think you really have to swatch them and try them out a little bit, but they are absolutely beautiful. And the next eyeshadow I like to use in combination with is one from Burberry, and I'm kind of careful with this because I dropped it earlier and it fell and the lid flew off. This is Pale Barley by Burberry. Okay, never mind. It was just a stupid little thing. Beautiful color. I wear it on again. Stupid. I'm wearing it on top of the by Therry Misty Rock today, and I just really like the combination. It tones down the glitteriness a little bit, which is nice for an everyday look at work. But you can wear this obviously also on your own or on its own. I do prefer Rosewood from Burberry over Pale Barley for myself, because I think I have quite dark eyelids and I don't always want to, you know, put on an eyelid primer to even out my color. I just want to have a quick fix, use one eyeshadow, swipe it all over the lid and be done. Pale Barley is a tad bit too light for my taste on its own. I prefer Rosewood for my kind of eye, but that might obviously be different for you. If you're looking for an all day, everyday kind of easy peasy, ready to go eyeshadow, go have a look at either Rosewood or Pale Barley. I know that Sephora is now carrying it, and obviously you can get it in Germany over douglas.de. That's where I actually got mine, and yeah, really liking this. And last but not least, I have two blushes for you. The first one is a blush I kind of rediscovered. It's been a favorite of mine for quite a while ever since it came out. I got it right when it came out, and the reason why I rediscovered it was because I was looking for blushes which weren't too pink. I love pink blushes. Most of my blushes are in the pink direction. I actually only have 3 blushes which are not pink, which is one from NARS. Is it Deep Throat? Not quite sure. One from NARS. Oh, then I have one more from MAC, and then the 2 I'm going to show you. And the reason why I was looking for blushes which weren't too pink is because I was loving that Gwen Stefani eyeshadow so much, which is quite red on me. And then if you wear a pink blush, it just doesn't fit. It just looks weird. So I was looking for something a bit more into the bronzy reddish direction. And something I rediscovered is Rockateur from Benefit, where I still haven't hit pan on, which is funny. This is basically a bronzy reddish color with a hint of rose in it. Absolutely beautiful, fits my skin tone quite nicely, and I love to use this brush with it. It works fine for me. Maybe not the most travel friendly, but I love the Benefit boxed powder blushes. I have 3 of them. I have Hourglass, I have this one here, and I have Havana, all very different colors, but I've been really loving Rockateur. And the other blush I've been loving is a pink blush, but very, very pale pink. And I actually got it as a replacement. Christmas, not last year, but the year before last. Yeah, Christmas 2014. Or January 2015, I did a Sephora order, and I got on sale a set from Tarte which had a stick highlighter and a small blush for $10. And because it was only a small blush, I hit pan on it quite quickly, and I needed a replacement for it. So I went into Sephora last year in April, May when we were there, and found Celebrated, which is looks like it's limited, but it's not. So it's a tartlet. It's from their tartlet line, and it's called Celebrated. And this is a very, very pale pink, and I have to hold this because that was the other item which dropped, and you can see it here a little bit, and it fell out. Quite pale, however, you can still see it on the cheeks, so it gives you a pale kind of color. Pale color, it's kind of like an oxymoron. Doesn't make sense. But it does give you a little bit of color so that you don't look like a sick person, but it's not overpowering in terms of color. You know what I mean? If you wear a smoky eye, you don't want too much blush, but you want a little bit of color. You know, kissed by a rose, kind of, you know. I don't know, but been loving this. Absolutely beautiful. I can only recommend it. Tarte blushes last a very, very long time on me. Like I said, my skin is eating makeup throughout the day, so when I get home from work, I'm kind of like makeupless again. It's really weird. But yeah, long story short, I'm at 15 minutes already. Crazy. Let's cut this down a little bit. I hope you liked this little video. I have to get back into filming. I ramble too much, that's for sure. I have a Sephora haul coming for you, which I maybe film tonight because I just have the time. I might film it tomorrow. I might just do it today, otherwise I don't get it done. Anyhow, I have 2 Sephora orders from January and March, which my parents brought to me 2 weeks ago for my birthday, and I want to share those items with you. So watch out for that one, and I hopefully will see you in my next video. So bye bye!